Hello and welcome back to Automatic People. It's me Jay Soni again, and in this video I'm going to give you a full review or my view on Micromax Canvas Viva A72. As you can see, here's the device, and first off we are going to talk about the hardware and the connectivity of the smartphone. As you can see, here's the device, and it's quite slim. It's 10.6mm thick, 10.6. Here's the volume rocker key. It's got rubberized back, which is good for the grip of the phone. Volume rocker. Here's your power lock key. Here's the metal chrome black. Here it says the Micromax. Here's the speaker grill. Here is the, I don't know if you can see, here's the microphone, and it's got 3 capacitive touch buttons. Here's the home button, here's the back button, and here's the menu button. And here's your front camera. There it is, front camera. And here's your speaker in the front. So, and about the connectivity, it's got a dual SIM support, and let me tell you first of all guys, it doesn't have 3G, and it's got a 2000 mAh battery, which according to Micromax is, here it says 2000 mAh. According to Micromax it says 7 hours. It's good for 7 hours, and it's a dual SIM device. It's a normal SIM device. You can use the normal SIM, not the micro SIM. Here's the micro SD slot here. Here's the camera, 3 megapixel camera, and you can only use GPRS and web services on this, as it has no 3G. And let's turn it on so I can tell you about the other things like the software and processor. As it's turning on, let me give you the details on the display. It's a 5-inch display, and it's a resolution of 480 by 800 pixel with a pixel density of 216, I guess. And it's an IPS panel, so the viewing angles are good, not that bad for a budget phone, for a budget phablet. As you can see, it's wider than the Canvas HD and the Canvas 2. As you can see, here's the home screen. Now I'm going to give you the information on the software and the processors this phone uses. As you can see, here's the home screen. Here's your time and date, and here's the lock screen. As you can see, if you go upwards, you can go to the camera. If you go right, you can go to the messaging. As you can go left, you can go to the phone, and downwards you can unlock the phone. Let's unlock the phone now. So it uses Android 2.3.6 Gingerbread. As you can see here, 2.3.6 Gingerbread. Model number Micromax A72, and it has it's got 1 GHz processor, Cortex A9 processor. That's a MediaTek 6575 chipset, the number of chipset, and it uses for GPU it uses the PowerVR SGX 531, the same GPU as the Canvas 2, and it's got the usual like softwares, apps like phone app. There's your phone app, the simple dialer, Gingerbread dialer. You can dial your numbers from here. The screen is big, so you will have no problem in typing the numbers, and you can do messages from here. As you can see, compose new message. You can type your number here and type compose message here. Hello guys. As you can see, that's fairly standard, decent. And here's your contacts. Here's the desktop and launcher. And as you can see, the Micromax has customized it heavily You can tell if it's a gingerbread or not, if it's, and as it doesn't have 3G, it only have the 2G. And to turn on the 2G or the data connection, you have to go to the SIM management, and here's the data connection. It's not in your wireless and network. You can turn it on. You cannot turn it on from here. Here you have Wi-Fi. It's got BGN support. As the location and rest of the settings, as you may have probably already known. User profiles, application. Now this has got this option: preferred install location, removable SD card, internal device storage, let the system decide. Now if you choose the removable SD card, it will still install, save and install, download and install some of the application on the phone from the Google Play Market. So you have to choose the let the system decide, and then you can manage application, and from there you can move to, as you can see, it's lagging or hanging right in my hands because of the lack of the RAM. Anyways, let's go ahead, and now it's time for the music and videos. Here's the music app. I can speaker quality. Let me show you the speaker quality. It's the simple, what you say, the gingerbread music player, the old one, not the ice cream sandwich or the one. As you can see, here's the speaker in the back. Sounds coming from here. It's not very loud or not very what you say, not very slow. It's pretty decent. It's clear. It's not like the other cheap Chinese Micromax feature phones which just shout and loud their lungs out, their speakers out, or rather. As you can see, it's clear. So I hope you get the idea. And as you can playlist, albums, artist, everything. And now I'm going to give you the demo of the video playing on this. Now I'm going to show you and 1080p videos trying to play. I'm going to try to play 1080p video. Here it is. Now this doesn't play on the default player which Micromax has put it in on the phone. As you can see, only the audio is working, and even the audio is choppy. You can, I don't know why it's not let me fast forward it. But you can play it on MX Player. You can download it from the Android Google Play, but it will still be choppy as I have done it, as I did it before. It will still be choppy because of the hardware of this phone is not that great. Here are the apps which Micromax has put in the phone. As the Micromax Live, Micromax Zone. There are two games, Fruit Devil and Battleship, which came free with the phone. And there's the Play Store. You can download apps from there. About the weight of the phone, this phone is 186 grams, which is a bit heavy if you ask me, with the battery. I think I haven't tell you about the RAM. Let me tell you about the RAM. This phone has got 256 MB RAM and 512 MB ROM, which is internal memory, and only 100 MB or around 100 MB is available for the user, both the RAM and the ROM, internal memory, to use. Now let me give you the review of games on this phone. As you can see here, the benchmarks. I've already done a benchmark video on this phone. You can see on the YouTube my other videos. Here's one game called Beach Buggy. It's a very 3D intensive game, and let's see what it said. As you can see, it says device doesn't match minimum specs, 300 MB RAM, application will now exit. So as you can see, most games will not run, in most heavy games will not run on this. Temple Run only starts, and at Imangi Studios it only freezes and then crashes. It's happening because of the RAM of this phone. Now some of the 3D games work with this, like that. If you've seen in the apps, I have IPL downloaded. IPL works. Let me wait for it to crash. There it goes. As you can see, it crashed. I don't know if it's only happening to me, or it's going to happen to all the Micromax A72 due to the lack of RAM. It's not the processor or the GPU's fault, it's the RAM's fault. The phone doesn't have enough memory, not the phone memory nor even the RAM. And this 3D game works. As far as the lag concerns, once the game starts, nobody cares about the lags. And as you can see, play. This game is working decent. As you can see, I hope you can see it clearly. Look at that. As you can see, it wasn't lagging, but I was killed. As you can see, this plays phenomenally well. And now I don't know why, but yes. And let me tell you something about these 3 capacitive touch buttons. These doesn't glow in the dark. These doesn't glow, so you can see them. If it's totally pitch dark in the room or somewhere else, you can see them. You have to blindly press them until you press the right button. Here's the IPL. It's also work. This cricket doesn't work. Savan, that's the music app, sorry. And that's an race. That's Subway Surfers. This doesn't work. This just like the Imangi Studios Temple Run 2. Gets stuck at this startup screen and then crashes. Now these are all below 100 MB games, but some of them are 3D. See, it loaded up, but it got crashed due to the lack of RAM. Here's the Raging Thunder. Let's try Raging Thunder. The size of the phone, if it's very good to play games, but the lack of the RAM is really annoying. Single player stunt race. As you can see, it works. Through the accelerometer. I think it doesn't have the but the point is, as you can see, that's good. That's old school. I like buttons. As you can see, I'm driving pretty badly, but the point is that this game is running. game is not even lagging. But some of the games does not only work because of the RAM, but this game is not even lag for once for me. It's a full 3D game. Anyways, let's exit the race. Let's exit the game. Let's go back to apps. There's Blood and Glory. This is the only above 100 MB game which I've tried on this phone, and it doesn't work. It loads just like the Temple Run 2. It loads up and then it freezes and then it crashes. It says preparing. I don't know for what it says preparing, as it's never gonna start. No. See, it crashes just like I told you. This is because of the lack of RAM and nothing else. The GPU is powerful enough to play it even with the lag. I know once the game starts, no player cares about the lag, they just care about the playing. But because of the RAM, the game doesn't even start. So all in all, my final verdict is that if you really want a phablet for around 6,000 rupees, for just playing music and videos, and for if you have the fever of this big screen phablet, only if you want for music and videos and just to show off the big screen, buy it. And I forgot to show you one thing, as I've just remembered it, the camera, and it's better if I don't show it. It's pretty mediocre camera, as you can see, our trusty old laughing Buddha. This phone has a camera just for the namesake of this phone has a camera. As you can see, has the image. This is a 3 megapixel camera. Pinch to zoom works, and it also has a front camera of 0.3 megapixel. And let me show you the internet capabilities of the device. As you can see, the Wi-Fi is already set up and it's connected. And here's the browser. Is the default browser. I've been using the default browser. New mails. Let me open The Verge, just to give you the idea of the speed and the pinch to zoom and all that. As I hope and by the way, browsing on big screen is very good. I didn't know it's that good. I've been using iPhone 3GS since a very long time. And let's go to the full site. Here it loads. See, I don't know if you can see the choppiness or not, but it's usable. It's not that bad, but for 6,000 rupees you can expect better. As you can see, it is lagging. It's lagging pretty badly. Once it will load, I think the lag will be less. The point here is RAM is not a luxury when it comes to Android. you need to have the RAM at least 512 MB or 768 MB. If Micromax put at least 512 MB RAM or 768 MB RAM on this phone for the same price, I will buy it again. But right now in this condition, I will not buy this device again. But only if you are really tight on budget, or just to show off a phablet, a big screen phone, you can buy it. As you can see, it can play 2D games and some of the 3D games pretty easily, but not all. I don't know why, but it's not rendering the images. But that will give you the idea of the browser. Let me show you the YouTube app. If it have the YouTube app, let me see. It does have the YouTube app. Starting. YouTube app is pretty fast. It's got the Android ice cream sandwich or jelly bean. Now this is HQ video and it's playing, and this buffering is due to my slow internet connection, not because of the device. Anyways, so you can see this is working and it's looking quite good. Anyways, that's it for my review, guys. And as you can see, if you really want a phablet around 6,000 rupees just to show off the big screen, and you can buy it. But if you want to play heavy games on it then it will not be a good purchase for you. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the review video, and take care. Bye all.